Chosen ones. Something happened last night, something so significant that the archangels themselves are in awe, something so powerful that heaven paused to witness it, something so extraordinary that you need to hear this right now because what occurred while you were sleeping has already changed your reality. And you don't even know it yet. Anointed one, I need you to stop everything and listen carefully. Last night, while your body was at rest, your spirit was active. While you thought nothing was happening, everything was happening, while you were unconscious in the natural. A supernatural transaction took place that the highest ranking angels in heaven are still processing. And the reason you need to hear this message right now is because what happened last night has set in motion a chain of events that will manifest in your life within days. This is not symbolic language. This is not poetic imagery. This is literal spiritual reality. The archangels, the mighty warriors of heaven, the beings who stand in the direct presence of God, are shocked. Not because something bad happened, but because something so good, so unexpected, so unprecedented took place that even they didn't see it coming, and you were at the center of it. Let me take you into what happened. Last night, as you slept, there was a meeting in heaven. The books were opened. Your name came up. Angels presented reports of your faithfulness, your perseverance, your obedience. They documented every tear you cried in secret, every prayer you whispered in desperation, every moment you chose to believe when everything told you to doubt. And as these reports were given, something happened that shocked the archangels. God spoke, and when God speaks, creation responds. He declared over your life that the season of testing is complete. The period of preparation has ended, the time of proving is past. And then he issued a decree that caused the archangels to gasp. He commanded the immediate release of everything that has been held in waiting, everything that has been stored up, everything that has been delayed. Chosen one, do you understand what I am telling you? While you were sleeping, heaven's vault opened over your life. The blessings that have been accumulating for years were released. The answers to prayers you prayed long ago were dispatched. The breakthrough you've been believing for was set in motion. And the archangels, who have witnessed countless miracles, were shocked by the magnitude of what was released. Michael, the warrior archangel, the prince who fights on behalf of God's people, received his orders last night. He was commanded to remove every obstacle blocking your path. Every demonic assignment against you was canceled. Every spiritual hindrance was demolished. Every force that has been resisting your progress was dismantled. And Michael, who has fought countless battles, was amazed at the level of authority he was given to clear your way. Gabriel, the messenger archangel, the one who delivers heaven's most important announcements, was given messages last night that he is preparing to deliver to you, divine instructions, supernatural strategies, heaven's wisdom for your next steps. And Gabriel, who announced the birth of Jesus, who spoke to Daniel about future kingdoms, was astonished at the clarity and specificity of what he has been commanded to communicate to you. Raphael, whose name means God heals, received assignments last night concerning your healing. Not just physical healing, though that is included, but healing of your heart, your mind, your emotions, your relationships, your finances, your past. Total restoration was decreed. And Raphael, who has witnessed countless healings, was overwhelmed by the comprehensive nature of what God commanded to be restored in your life. Uriel, the archangel of wisdom and light, was instructed last night to illuminate paths that have been hidden from you. Doors you didn't know existed are about to become visible. Opportunities you never imagined are about to present themselves. Connections you couldn't have orchestrated are about to align. And Uriel, who has guided countless souls, was shocked by how many doors he has been commanded to reveal to you simultaneously. This is why the archangels are in shock, chosen one. It is not just one area of your life that is about to shift. It is everything, all at once. The release that happened last night is comprehensive, complete, and overwhelming. Heaven didn't just open one window. Heaven removed the entire roof. God didn't just crack open one door. He commanded every door to swing wide. But here is what you need to understand. What happened last night in the spiritual realm is about to manifest in the physical realm. The archangels received their orders, and they're already executing them. Right now, as you hear these words, Michael is clearing your path. Gabriel is preparing to speak to you. Raphael is initiating your healing. Uriel is illuminating your way. The heavenly hosts are in motion, and earth must respond to what heaven has decreed. I need to tell you something that might sound impossible, but it is true. You are about to experience things that you've never experienced before. Levels of favor you've never known. Doors that you've never walked through. Blessings that you've never imagined. Resources that you've never had access to. And it is all because of what happened last night while you were sleeping. Some of you had restless sleep last night. You tossed and turned. You woke up multiple times. You had vivid dreams that you can't quite remember. That wasn't random. That was your spirit responding to what was happening in the heavenly realm. Your soul was sensing the magnitude of the transaction taking place. Your inner being was processing the shift that was occurring. Even though your mind wasn't conscious of it, your spirit knew something monumental was happening. Others of you slept deeply last night, more peacefully than you have in weeks or months. You woke up feeling rested in a way you haven't felt in a long time. That wasn't coincidence. That was heaven releasing peace over you as preparation for what is coming. Because what is about to manifest in your life requires you to be rested, restored, and ready. God gave you supernatural sleep last night because He knew you needed strength for your breakthrough. Chosen one. The archangels are shocked because they've seen your journey. They've watched you struggle. They've witnessed your pain. They've observed your faithfulness through seasons when you had every reason to quit but didn't. They've seen you give when you had nothing. They've watched you praise when you felt like crying. They've witnessed you stand when everything in you wanted to fall. And last night, when God issued the decree to release everything to you, they were shocked because they know what is coming. And it is bigger than anything you've been praying for. Let me give you some specifics about what the archangels are executing right now. Financial breakthrough is coming. Not just enough to get by, but overflow. Abundance. That doesn't make natural sense. Money from sources you never expected. Debt cancellation that defies explanation. Provision that arrives before you even need it. The archangels are shocked because the amount that has been released exceeds what you've been believing for. Relationship restoration is coming. Connections that were broken are being mended. Families that were fractured are being healed. Friendships that were lost are being restored. And new relationships are being aligned that will change your life. People are about to enter your circle who carry keys to your next level. The archangels are shocked because they can see the divine appointments that are being arranged, and they know the impact these connections will have on your destiny. Divine health is being released. Bodies that have been sick are being healed. Minds that have been tormented are being restored. Emotions that have been wounded are being mended. Strength that has been depleted is being renewed. The archangels are shocked because they're witnessing healing happening right now in the spirit realm that will manifest in your body within days. Career advancement is coming. Promotions you didn't apply for. Opportunities you weren't qualified for naturally. Favor that elevates you beyond your experience. Recognition that positions you for influence. The archangels are shocked because they can see the doors that are about to open, and they know these aren't doors you could have opened yourself. Spiritual authority is being released. The anointing on your life is being multiplied. Your prayers are about to carry more weight. Your words are about to have more power. Your presence is about to shift atmospheres. The archangels are shocked because they're witnessing an upgrade in your spiritual capacity that typically takes years to develop. But it is happening suddenly. Creative breakthrough is coming. Ideas that will generate income. Strategies that will solve problems. Inventions that will meet needs. Artistic expression that will touch nations. The archangels are shocked because they can see the downloads of wisdom that are about to flow into your mind. And they know these ideas have the power to transform not just your life, but countless others. Ministry expansion is coming for those called to ministry. Platforms are being prepared. Audiences are being gathered. Resources are being aligned. Your message is about to reach people you never thought would hear it. The archangels are shocked because they can see the multitudes that are waiting to be impacted by what God has placed in you. But chosen one, I need to warn you about something crucial. What happened last night has also triggered something in the kingdom of darkness. When heaven releases blessing, hell releases resistance. When God issues a decree, the enemy issues an attack. The demonic realm also knows what happened last night, because they know that once this breakthrough fully manifests in your life, you become exponentially more dangerous to their kingdom. So expect the warfare to intensify before the blessing manifests. Expect confusion to attack your mind. Expect fear to assault your peace. Expect obstacles to appear out of nowhere. Expect circumstances to temporarily look worse. But don't be moved. This is the final resistance before total breakthrough. The enemy is throwing everything at you because he knows he is about to lose you permanently to a level of blessing he can't touch. The archangels are not worried about this resistance. They've been given authority to dismantle it. But they need your cooperation. You have to stand firm. You have to keep believing. You have to continue speaking faith. You have to maintain your worship. You have to guard your peace. The archangels can fight in the heavenly realm, but you have to hold your position in the earthly realm. I remember a time in my own life when something shifted overnight and I didn't even know it. I woke up one morning feeling different but couldn't explain why. Within 3 days of that morning, everything changed. A phone call came that opened a door I'd been praying about for years. A check arrived in the mail that I wasn't expecting. A relationship was restored that I thought was dead. And I realized that while I was sleeping, heaven had been working, angels had been moving, God had been orchestrating. And when I woke up to a different reality than the one I went to sleep in. That is what is happening for you right now, chosen one. You went to sleep in one season and you woke up in another. You just don't see it yet. But you will. Within days, you are going to start seeing evidence. Clear, undeniable evidence that something shifted. And when you see it, you'll remember this message. You'll remember that you were told the archangels were shocked. You'll remember that heaven issued a decree. You'll remember that angels received their orders. And you'll testify that what you were told was true. The archangels are also shocked because of the timing. This wasn't supposed to happen yet. Based on the natural timeline, you had more testing to endure, more lessons to learn, more character to develop, but God, in His sovereignty, decided to accelerate your process. He looked at your faithfulness and said, "Enough. They've proven themselves, release everything now." And the angels, who understand divine timing, were shocked that God shortened your season of preparation. This is called divine mercy, chosen one. You don't deserve this acceleration. None of us do. But God's mercy is not based on what we deserve. It is based on His nature. And His nature is to give good gifts to His children. His nature is to bless those who trust Him. His nature is to release breakthrough to those who remain faithful. Last night, His mercy triumphed over protocol. His grace superseded the normal process. And the archangels watched in amazement as God demonstrated His love for you. But with this acceleration comes responsibility. You cannot receive this level of blessing and remain the same. You cannot walk into this level of favor and keep old habits. You cannot step into this new season and bring old mindsets. What is coming requires a new you. The archangels are watching to see if you'll rise to the level of what has been released. Will you steward it well? Will you remain humble? Will you stay connected to God? Or will the blessing become a distraction from the blesser? Chosen one, I need you to prepare yourself right now. Prepare your heart to receive what is coming. Prepare your mind to process sudden change. Prepare your schedule to accommodate new opportunities. Prepare your finances to steward increase. Prepare your relationships to navigate new levels. Prepare your spirit to carry more anointing. The archangels have prepared the way. Now you must prepare yourself. I also need you to start thanking God for what hasn't manifested yet. Thank Him for the breakthrough that is forming. Thank Him for the doors that are opening. Thank Him for the restoration that is coming. Thank Him for the provision that is on the way. Thank Him for the healing that is being released. Gratitude positions you to receive, and the archangels are listening for the sound of your thanksgiving because it confirms you are ready. Watch what happens in the next 72 hours. Pay attention to every detail. Notice unusual conversations. Observe unexpected encounters. Acknowledge strange coincidences. These are signs that what happened last night is beginning to manifest. The archangels are working, and you are about to see evidence of their activity. Don't dismiss anything as random. Nothing is random anymore. Everything is orchestrated. Also, watch your dreams over the next few nights. The archangels often communicate through dreams. Gabriel might speak specific instructions. Michael might show you battles. He is fighting on your behalf. Raphael might reveal areas of healing that are unfolding. Uriel might illuminate paths you need to take. Don't ignore your dreams. Write them down. Pray over them. Ask God for interpretation. The archangels are trying to communicate with you. Chosen one, the reason this message found you today is because heaven wanted you to know what happened last night before it fully manifests. God wanted you to have faith for what is coming. He wanted you to stand firm against the resistance that is coming. The archangels received their orders last night. And today you received yours. Your order is to believe, to stand, to prepare, and to receive. Some of you are reading this with tears in your eyes because your spirit is confirming what I am saying. You are feeling the weight of this truth. You are sensing that something is different. That is confirmation. The Holy Spirit is witnessing to your spirit that what happened last night was real, and what is coming is certain. Let those tears flow. They're washing away doubt. They're clearing your vision. They're preparing your heart for manifestation. Others of you are reading this with a quiet knowing, no emotion, just certainty. A deep, settled confidence that this word is for you. That is also confirmation. Not everyone responds the same way to divine truth. Some weep, some rejoice, some simply know. However you are responding, honor it. Acknowledge what God is doing in you right now. This is preparation for what He is about to do through you. The archangels are shocked, but they're also ready. They're positioned. They're prepared. They're waiting for you to align with what heaven has already released. The ball is in your court now, chosen one. Heaven has moved. Angels are in motion. God has spoken. Now it is your turn to respond. Will you believe what you've heard? Will you stand firm through the resistance? Will you prepare for the manifestation? Will you receive what has been released? I am telling you with prophetic authority, what happened last night changed everything. The archangels are shocked because they've never seen God move this way for someone who is still standing in your current position. Typically, this level of release comes after the breakthrough, but for you, the release is coming before the breakthrough. God is giving you the blessing before the battle is fully over. He is releasing the promise while you are still in the process, and that is why the archangels are shocked. Let me tell you something else that happened last night that the archangels witnessed. Your enemies were confused. The forces that have been fighting against you suddenly found themselves disoriented. The strategies they had been using stopped working. The weapons they had been deploying lost their power, and they didn't understand why. But the archangels saw what happened. God Himself stepped into the battle on your behalf. He didn't send an angel. He didn't delegate the task. He personally intervened. And when God shows up, the enemy has no choice but to retreat. Anointed one, this is significant because it reveals how important you are to heaven. God doesn't personally intervene for everyone. Most battles are fought by angels. Most victories are won through spiritual warfare that happens in the heavenly realms while we're unaware. But your situation required divine intervention. Your breakthrough needed God Himself to move. And last night, He did. The archangels are shocked because they've rarely witnessed God step into a battle personally. But for you, He did. This tells you something about your calling. This reveals something about your assignment. You are not ordinary, chosen one. You are not average. You are not just another believer trying to make it through life. You carry something that heaven values highly. You are assigned to something that requires divine protection. You are destined for something that necessitates God's personal attention, and last night proved it. Now let me explain what this means practically. Because of what happened last night, the next season of your life will be marked by ease. Things that used to be hard will become simple. Doors that used to require effort to open will swing wide at your approach. Favor that you used to have to work for will find you without striving. This doesn't mean you won't work. It means your work will produce exponential results. One day of your labor will produce what used to take months. One conversation will accomplish what used to require countless meetings. One seed will yield a harvest that defies natural law. The archangels are shocked because they can see the multiplication factor that has been assigned to your life. Everything you touch in this next season will multiply. Your finances will multiply. Your influence will multiply. Your effectiveness will multiply. Your joy will multiply. Your peace will multiply. Your wisdom will multiply. And it is all because of what God released last night while you were sleeping. But chosen one, I need to address something that might be stirring in your spirit right now. Some of you are thinking, this sounds too good to be true. I've been disappointed before. What if this is just another false hope? I understand that thought. I've had it myself, but let me tell you why this is different. This time, God moved first. You didn't work yourself into a frenzy trying to make something happen. You didn't manipulate circumstances or force doors. You were sleeping, you were at rest, and while you rested, God worked. That is the sign of authentic divine intervention. When God moves, you rest. When you are striving, God waits. Last night you were resting, so God was free to move. The archangels are also shocked by the comprehensiveness of what was released. In their experience, God usually releases blessing in phases, a little here, a little there, gradual increase over time. But last night was different. Everything was released at once. It is like heaven emptied its warehouse over your life. Every provision, every piece of preparation, all of it simultaneously. The archangels have never seen this pattern before, and they're trying to understand why God chose to move this way for you. I believe I know why. I believe God looked at your faithfulness in the wilderness and decided you've proven you can handle sudden abundance. He watched you steward little with integrity and determined you are ready for much. He observed your heart in the waiting and concluded, you won't be corrupted by the blessing. So instead of the gradual release that most people receive, you are getting the sudden release that only the tested receive. Chosen one, there is something else the archangels witnessed last night that you need to know. Your prayers that you thought went unanswered were actually being stored. Every prayer you've ever prayed, every tear you've ever cried, every cry for help you've ever released, they were all collected in golden bowls before the throne of God. And last night, those bowls were poured out, all of them, at once. That is why the manifestation that is coming is so comprehensive. It is not just answering your recent prayers, it is answering every prayer you've ever prayed. Think about that for a moment. Prayers from your childhood that seemed forgotten are about to be answered. Prayers from your teenage years that appeared ignored are about to manifest. Prayers from your 20s, 30s, 40s, however old you are. Prayers from every season of your life are about to produce fruit. The archangels are shocked because they've been holding these prayers, waiting for the appointed time of release. And last night, that time came. This means you are about to see answers to things you stopped asking about. Breakthroughs in areas you gave up on. Restoration of things you accepted as lost. Provision for needs you learned to live without. Healing of wounds you covered with scar tissue. The comprehensiveness of what is coming will leave you speechless. Because God doesn't do anything halfway. When He decides to answer, He answers completely. Anointed One, the archangels are also watching to see how you'll respond to this sudden shift. Will you handle blessing with the same character you demonstrated in lack? Will you remain humble in abundance, or become proud? Will you use the resources for kingdom purposes or selfish indulgence? Your response to the blessing will determine whether it continues or stops. Heaven is watching, the archangels are observing, and your stewardship matters. Let me also tell you what the archangels are protecting you from as this manifestation unfolds. They're protecting you from pride, because sudden blessing can create subtle arrogance if you are not careful. They're protecting you from false friends, because increase attracts people who want access to your resources, not relationship with you. They're protecting you from anxiety, because blessing creates new responsibilities that can feel overwhelming. They're protecting you from distraction, because the enemy will try to use good things to pull you away from God things. The archangels didn't just receive orders to release blessing, they also received orders to guard you through the transition. Michael is fighting off spiritual attacks that would try to steal your blessing before it fully manifests. Gabriel is bringing clarity so you don't make decisions based on confusion. Raphael is healing old wounds so they don't infect new blessings. Uriel is illuminating truth so deception can't distort what God is doing. You are surrounded, chosen one, protected from every angle, guarded by the highest-ranking angels in heaven. I need to tell you something about the timing of this message as well. You didn't randomly stumble across these words. The same divine orchestration that happened last night is what brought you to this message today. Heaven wanted you to know what happened before the enemy could convince you it didn't. God wanted you to have faith for what is manifesting before doubt could take root. The Holy Spirit led you here to receive confirmation that what you are sensing is real, what you are feeling is accurate, and what you are about to experience is divinely ordained. Some of you woke up this morning feeling different. You couldn't explain it, but something felt shifted. That wasn't your imagination. That was your spirit responding to what happened last night in the heavenly realm. Your soul was processing the decree, your inner being was aligning with the release. And now, as you read these words, you are receiving the interpretation of what you sensed. This message is heaven's explanation of the shift you felt. Others of you have been experiencing unusual signs today, numbers appearing repeatedly, songs speaking directly to your situation, conversations that seem divinely timed, unexpected messages from people you haven't heard from in years. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. The archangels are leaving breadcrumbs for you to follow. They're confirming through natural signs what happened in the supernatural realm. Pay attention. Nothing is random today. Everything is orchestrated. Chosen one, I want to prepare you for what is about to happen in the next few days. You are going to receive phone calls that change trajectories. You are going to have conversations that open doors. You are going to encounter opportunities that seem too good to be true, but are actually divinely aligned. You are going to see provision show up from unexpected sources. You are going to experience favor that makes no natural sense. And all of this will be evidence that what happened last night is now manifesting in your physical reality. But I also need to prepare you for the spiritual warfare that will accompany this manifestation. The enemy is going to try one more time to steal your breakthrough. He is going to send confusion to your mind, trying to make you doubt what God has done. He is going to send fear to your heart, trying to make you afraid of the change that is coming. He is going to send distractions to pull your focus away from what matters. And he is going to send false accusations against you, trying to make others doubt your character right before your blessing manifests. Don't be surprised by this warfare, anointed one. Be prepared for it, expect it. And when it comes, recognize it for what it is. It is the enemy's desperate last attempt to prevent what heaven has already released. Stand firm, keep your faith, guard your peace, speak the word, maintain your worship. The warfare is temporary, but the blessing is permanent. The attack is for a season, but the breakthrough is for a lifetime. The archangels know this warfare is coming, which is why they're already positioned. They're not worried about the enemy's attacks because they know the outcome is already determined. What God released last night cannot be stopped by hell's resistance. The decree has been issued. The angels have their orders, and heaven's will must be done on earth as it is in heaven. Your job is not to fight the battle. Your job is to stand in faith while the angels fight on your behalf. Let me give you some practical steps for these next few days as the manifestation unfolds. First, increase your time in prayer, not because you need to convince God of anything, but because prayer keeps you aligned with heaven's frequency. Second, stay in worship. Worship creates an atmosphere where blessing flourishes and doubt dies. Third, speak declarations over your life. Your words are creating reality, so speak faith, not fear. Fourth, stay connected to spiritual community, don't isolate. You need other believers to help you navigate this transition. Fifth, practice gratitude daily. Thank God for what hasn't manifested yet because gratitude positions you to receive. Chosen one, the archangels are also providing you with specific instructions through this message. They want you to know that you need to make space for what is coming. Clean out the old to make room for the new. Release relationships that no longer serve your purpose. Let go of habits that won't fit your next season. Surrender mindsets that limit what God wants to do. The blessing that is coming is so big that it requires space, and if your life is cluttered with things that don't belong, there won't be room for what heaven is sending. I also need to tell you that what happened last night has implications beyond your personal life. What God released over you will impact your family. Generational curses are being broken. Generational blessings are being activated. What is happening to you is happening for everyone connected to your bloodline. Your children will benefit from what was released last night. Your grandchildren will walk in favor because of what God did for you. This is bigger than you, chosen one. This is generational breakthrough. The archangels are shocked because they can see the ripple effect of what was released. They can see how your breakthrough will inspire others. They can see how your testimony will strengthen the faith of people you've never met. They can see how your obedience will unlock breakthrough for an entire generation. That is why hell fought you so hard. That is why the warfare was so intense, because you are not just carrying your own destiny, you are carrying breakthrough for multitudes. Chosen one, lift your hands right now. Receive what happened last night. Declare out loud, I receive everything that was released over my life last night. I align myself with the decree of heaven. I cooperate with the archangels who are working on my behalf. I stand firm against every resistance. I prepare my heart for manifestation. I will not doubt what God has done. I will not fear what the enemy threatens. I will walk in faith, stand in authority, and receive in gratitude everything that heaven has released. The archangels are shocked, but I am expectant. What was decreed in heaven will manifest on earth, and my life will never be the same. That declaration just activated the final release. The archangels heard it. Heaven recorded it. Hell trembled at it. And manifestation is now inevitable. What happened last night is about to become your testimony. The shock of the archangels is about to become your story of breakthrough. And the world is about to witness what happens when heaven decides to release everything at once over a faithful life. Chosen one, you don't know what happened last night, but now you do, and knowing changes everything. Walk in expectation, stand in authority, prepare for manifestation. The archangels are shocked. Heaven is ready, and your breakthrough is here.